Alright. Board view. This is actually round 4, is it not? Round 4. And everything else looks okay. This is a league game, so I will not be checking out the chat, but please hang out, feel free to discuss. And I think after the game, we might actually have a chance to chat with our opponent a bit, do a little bit of a post-mortem with them, which is always really fun. I forgot a glass, so I'm gonna have to drink straight from the bottle. I just need to put on the nanny cam, so that I also have a view of what's happening downstairs. And let's not keep them waiting anymore, let's get going. This is week 4, round 4. I'll make the sound a bit softer, maybe we'll keep the music going, I don't know. Let's go d5, knight f3. Alright, so we did have a look at our opponent's games. They tend to play kind of the same knight f3, c4, g3, bishop g2 always. We'll see if they surprise us. My intentions are split between playing like a semi-Slav or playing like a reverse London, or maybe whatever it is when the bishop's on g4. I'm a little bit unsure, but we'll get there. Let me just make sure my microphone is working. I'm assuming you guys can hear me. I've still got my after shower towel on me. Let me just get that. I did bring myself some other pajamas to wear as well. Okay, and here's the moment of truth. So we can go e6, bishop f5, bishop g4. I looked at a few videos, including one where someone was like, play against the Reti, like GM Magnus Carlsen. And I really want to try it, but the position isn't going to be the same. So I don't think I can actually take from that game the same way. But I do think we at least have most of the answers we need, so we are going to go ahead with it. Let's hope this decision does not come back to haunt us. We're basically looking to close up, bring up our bishop somewhere, bring out our knight. If they go queen b3, which is kind of the thing that makes you uncomfortable about moving your light square bishop out, I found that I could probably just put my queen on b6 and trade queens off. It's not as inspired a position, but alright, so our opponent is a little bit like, wait, what? Because we don't normally play this. Our opening tree probably shows bishop f5 a lot. Yeah, they're just going to castle and we're just going to close up. Now I'm expecting one of these moves, I guess. I mean, there's not much for us to be thinking about. We've got the semi-Slav little thingy. Feet Barbie actually told me, like, hang up something else. I don't know. He mentioned 2 different openings that it could turn into. Call it what you will. In my head, this is the reverse London, except I put the bishop one square further. The difference is that here I'm clearly hoping to keep it on the board and play like this. In this position, I might be trading it all for the knight. Oh, and I see my connection is already... Let's hope it doesn't all fall apart. At least OBS hasn't told me that it stopped working completely. But oh my goodness. Already the connection is dropping twice. Oh, that is not good news. And how much can I do about this? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Actually, my wife and I were discussing the internet back home. We're going back to Osaka end of the week as well. And internet in Osaka is even worse. Actually, the internet here used to be quite good on the island, but it seems to have gotten a bit worse. The Osaka internet has gotten a lot worse. And it's unfortunately the building we're in, so it doesn't matter if we change ISPs. Yeah, which is super unfortunate, obviously. Alright, they're going for the long fee and Keto. So we've got all of these moves to consider. We can take here, but I think there's no reason to rush it. They can push us around like this. Worst case, they can try and snap it off over here. Like they can do this. And then d3 here, so we can't go to e4, and then eventually jump the knight. But actually that gives us time to play h6, so don't worry about it. Decisions about where to put our dark square bishop. This is the move I would almost play without thinking really. It also defends the knight because they're coming onto the long diagonal. This move also feels, you know, a little bit... what's the word I'm looking for? Ambitious? It's a bit more of an active diagonal, but it is staring at a pawn chain. Otherwise we can, you know, delay it a move and just put our knight out. This knight, especially because they haven't played queen, like not playing queen b3, so there's none of this like jumping it around looking cool. So we could just do this. I think that's perfectly fine. I do want to put the bishop out here. I don't know if we run into problems long term. If they ever take on d5, which way do we take back? Oh, you know. Yeah, I really do want to play this. Where does this fall into a problem? You know, clearly this is a problem, but I think actually if they start pushing e4, I snap the knight. Okay, we're gonna... Oh, I'm really hoping this is not gonna bite me in the ass later on. It does kind of invite them to like consider playing here. And the thing that happened in the Magnus game that I really like is he snapped the knight after the pawns were here. He snapped it off and then he played the pawn up to d4. Which was okay because what? This bishop wasn't staring at it? I mean, I don't remember what that game was about. Maybe we just play here. Yeah, I have no idea how to play that position. We're just going to do this. I mean, because of this fianchetto, there's also a version where you put the rook out and you just put the bishop on f8. We actually did a recap of... I'm going to check if my microphone's on. This is the kind of like, did I close the door? Did I shut the door kind of stuff you check. What am I saying? Oh, the recap, the subscriber game recap, this for round 3 was a really fun game. And actually I think both players had the option, had like a check happening on the queen side, and both of them had a bishop. I think the white's bishop was here, black's bishop was here. It was both a dark square bishop, and they could move the bishop. Was it a dark or light square bishop? It was a dark square bishop, I guess. They could move the bishop, chose to move it towards the check, you know, for different reasons. But fine gold rules are good, right? Always play bishop f1, always play king b1 and stuff like that. We have no amazing prep. I don't really know this position so well. I know if they jump this knight, I'm probably just going to jump back here, and they can eventually take it. You know, the bishop's out there to die, I guess, because I didn't put it here. This guy can come here. I also know that there's some ideas like this, for instance. Maybe I can jump over there and tickle something at the right moment, you never know. I could also do something like this and try and just break down the queen side a bit. Well, not if the knight's here, then that's protected, but you know, at certain points. Although the knight's here, I also have options like this. And then when they jump back, how do I protect that pawn? I don't think this is a good move. This diagonal needs to stay closed, so I think I need to then defend it like this. Oh, hello, they're actually coming for my light square bishop. Alright, so we have options. We can go here or here. This one I think is slightly better, because here we can actually kind of force them to play f3. They're not attacking anything else I have to care about. They take here. I don't think that's a big problem for us. Here we don't get that option, so I think this is the clear move. And on this move we can actually... Wait, hang on. On this move actually the pawn hangs. So this is perfectly fine. And this just hangs a pawn because we can actually take with our bishop and try trade off. That's quite good. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead here. I don't think there's much to think about. We can obviously now get that knight off our back with knight bd. If they try and prepare the break like this, we can also still play h6, guarding against anything on g5 and dropping our bishop into the cubby hole. Did we achieve something with that? I don't know, 30 seconds on the clock maybe or something. Oh well, I watched the John Bartholomew's recap of their game. Yeah, it was actually really close. Super well done by Terra MT, obviously being the underdog in the situation. I thought they played a great game. So complicated. Yeah, gave me hope. If people how many points underrated versus someone else can still give them a good game. You know, should lose all hope. Gukesh beat Magnus. He slammed the table. I wasn't quite a fan. The whole like slamming the table thing made me feel a bit uncomfortable. I'm not a big fan of that. Um, yeah. Why do I not like it? Like, why is it a big deal for me? If like, let's imagine Gukesh slammed the table. You know what? It's because Magnus is older and larger than Gukesh. I feel like it's an unnecessary outburst. When your opponent is significantly younger and smaller than you. That's kind of the feeling I get. Like, it's not all logic, it's a bit emotion, but yeah. But anyway, stuff and things. At least we have some real trash drama again. No rules to consider recently. Alright, now White also doesn't know exactly what the plan is here. Um, I mean, if we transpose into my normal structures like this, and I drop back here, actually, if they go here and I go here and they play e4, that's only twice protected. I can actually take, and I can still take. Ooh, that does leave my. Oh, I can take with the. Although I could. Yeah, no, I got to take like this. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna castle in that case. This actually might have caused some complications. I guess we could have taken with the pieces instead. Alright, so they're coming on our square. We can now push that knight around, be like, hey, what do you want? This doesn't change much. This knight can't move if this knight moves, right? So if they take, I can't take back with my knight because I dropped this pawn, so I gotta take with my queen. I could also just castle. I don't have to. This doesn't help any kind of pressure against my light square bishop. I could trade for that knight. I don't know what this, what is this strategy exactly? I don't know. So we can do this, but we could also just castle and be safe and not worry about much, I think. Um, yeah, and then we can still do this. This immediately, we take with the queen. They bring out their knight. Probably both is fine. I don't really see a big problem with either one. We're just gonna castle. Keep it simple, keep it safe. I mean, I kind of chickened out of my fancy plan here, bishop g4, and I played it back to f5, and I played bishop e7. Yeah, so much for Magnus's inspiring game. I'm not doing it. Alright, nanny cam check. Alright, little man is awake, not sleeping yet. Little man is not eating quite as much as we want him to. We'll see. We'll see. We went to the doctor today just to have a quick check. He's not dehydrated or anything like that, so all good. Yeah. We could also try and trade off that knight with this knight in either direction. Like if we do this and they jump back, we can trade off their dark square bishop. I don't know if that's specifically great. I don't specifically like this. Yeah, okay, so now I think we have to do this because this is coming, although still actually only two defenders, and then I can take, and if they take back, we can trade queens. Take, queen trade. I'll be over here, which is quite nice. But in that case, I can't jump here. So if I do this, let's say I jump this way to go here. I don't actually know what I'm doing with this jump. Maybe I should play a5 instead. What if I do this anyway? What if I just do this first anyway, and then after they go, I can be like, cool, give me that pawn. Take. There's no in-between moves here that I have to worry about. This pawn is double protected, so they take back. I take with my bishop. trying to trade off theirs. And if they do something like this, I don't actually have anything. You know, there's checks there, but none of them actually hit anything that matters just yet. Maybe I should take back with my knight instead, so if they do that, then they can play bishop up. Never mind. Alright, anyway, we're going to play this, I think. Just have a cubby for a light square bishop. We've now faked at having some fancy other plan, but we have just played a reverse London instead. Yeah, and this is, as far as I know, at least the reverse London. The bishop is outside. We've got this kind of, except we didn't put the dark square bishop on the active diagonal. We put it on like the safe one. But I'm okay with that. I am comfortable putting it on the safe diagonal. I do wonder if we should consider this move here. Because that knight basically has no squares to run to that's like really great. It falls here, doesn't it? Two protectors. Oh no, but I can double your pawns up. So you go there, you take back with the pawn. I don't know what I'm doing. This also cuts off this knight's defense though. So if we could cover that square and then play here with this guy under attack, that's a lot of ifs. If we attack, oh okay, hello, they're protecting. Okay, so now they're threatening this, because on that we'll take and they can take back. We're also not trading queens in that position. And we don't have enough defenders. Alright, so maybe it's time to do this, and after they go here, we take once, they probably take back. We drop our bishop back. We could also insert taking the knight. Ooh, maybe we insert taking the knight. They come here, we take the knight straight. Maybe we have to take once first though. We go here, they come here, we take once first. They take back, we take the knight. And if they take here, then everyone's lost a piece. And what do we have? We can tickle their dark square bishop. Might be good, might not, I'm not sure. Knight out, e4, take. We want to take the knight. We drop our bishop for kind of like no real big reason. Otherwise, after this, we take one, so we just drop the bishop back. Then our knights are staring at each other. If they take, we take. Our queen moves up. We don't really want our queen on this file though. We probably want our queen on c7 to bring a rook over, because their bishop isn't here. So what if we move our queen here now? Does that do anything? I think the answer is no. We can put some pressure on that knight. Again, like take back. Oh no, then we have to take, because our bishop protects the knight. I do think a5 is a move we should consider, especially because this knight now hasn't gone to c3, so we can do this. Ooh, okay, maybe this is what we should be going for. Get the knight in behind it. Or even just a5, a4 without the knight, because if they take, we break their structure a bit, and if they push, we've got that covered. So here, take once, take, drop back. Yeah, we just always want to have these guys being at least somewhat okay. So we don't want them to get b5 in, you know, if they don't have to. So I think a5 is the move I like here. I don't think I have to get out the way early, really, to be honest. a5 here, take once, they take, I drop back, or I drop back here, take, they take. It's, I don't know why it matters. That does leave this knight here for a while, which is probably not good though. Probably we're supposed to try get rid of it. So here, e4, we take, they take, we drop back. They can move the knight here, right? So to put a second knight there. We can get out of the way. Oh no, we can't because that knight's... Yeah, second knight there, so we take, they maybe take with the second knight. Oh wow, okay, maybe we're gonna get kind of pissed off with this e5 knight. And now I kind of wish that my bishop was there, right? Otherwise just drop back immediately. They take, put the knight there. Kind of invite them to trade their bishop for a knight to mess my pawns up. Otherwise we go, they push, we take, they take. So if we do this and they push and we just take the knight. Just outright. I mean, that's a lot of action, but actually, you know, they'll have a backwards pawn there, so maybe this is okay. We'll give the bishop up for the... Oh, but then that's what they're doing with it, obviously, right? Here, doesn't this win us a pawn? Here, we take the knight, they take the bishop, we take the pawn, the e-file is open. They've got a backwards pawn here. They've got a lot of pressure on this side, though. Take. But then they've got an isolated d-pawn. I'm kind of liking this, to be honest. I don't have to give up the bishop, but it almost looks like it makes sense. Almost looks like it makes sense. I think this is principled. This makes kind of sense, but I think this knight on e5 is going to give me a headache. And if they play the other knight out like this, what is that? That stops here. So maybe I do this. They push. We take, drop back. And they can't do this because the pawn will hang. That's here, right? So hang on, let me see this. So here, if we take once, there's a pawn there. We drop back. And that pawn is double attacked. But they do want to try and... So what if they jump the knight back? Well, then the pawn hangs again. So what if they take here? I take with the queen, or I take with my knight maybe? Maybe I take with the knight to protect the e5 square a little bit. I'm so unsure. Here. Take, back. Take. Take with the knight, take with the queen. Then they have e5, which is a little bit frustrating because I don't know where my knight's supposed to go. I'm not attacking the e5. Yeah, this is looking troublesome, isn't it? What if we do this? That's also probably not good. Here. Then that... Wow, this bishop really should have been over there maybe, huh? Alright, now I'm thinking more and more I need to get rid of this because they're going to put a pawn on e5 and just crowd my position in and make me really sad. If I drop back immediately, it doesn't really help me specifically. And drop back. Yeah. Yeah, I think I just gotta do this. Try and control this e5 square. Bring my queen out. Maybe bring my bishop out as well if I have to. Knight can come back. Alright, we're doing it this way. Oh man is not quite asleep yet. Oh, I'm so used to all the coverage streams now where stronger players and smarter people can tell me what to do. Or tell me what I'm supposed to be saying about the position because I was wrong. Tell me what to do. Apologies for this unattractive drinking style. As soon as I'm thirsty again, I will be going to get myself a glass. Yeah, pawn on e5 is going to get frustrating, isn't it? Maybe take, maybe I take back with the knight, and then pawn on e5. I cry about it. Two attackers. Maybe I was supposed to do this and then just play d4. Otherwise, you know what? Otherwise, I should just sack my light square bishop. Because then there's no pawn on d5, you know? So they push, I take the knight. They take here, I take back with my knight. They push, take. My stupid light square bishop is stuck. Oh, hang on. After this, I could also... nope. Take. Yo, man. I was thinking I can like sneak in and move on the side, but I can't. Yeah, my whole fancy thing was that after e4, like you take the knight, but now the knight's over here. I can't take it, and they're pushing. It's coming. I mean, it's gotta be e4. I don't know what else you'd be going for here. Maybe you're just wondering if you should take my own knight first. If you take, I take with my knight, you play e4. I take once, you take back. Yeah, the queen's defended, so it's not like I have some fancy sack plan, really. Although I could attack the knight. If I play over here, that knight is getting a bit weak. You can take my bishop. I take your knight. Take back. You take my pawn, I take back. Isolated e-pawn. That seems terrible. Yeah, then you've got an easy pawn to attack. So yeah, this guy's just got to stay safe. I don't think there's any value in dropping it like that, is there? e4. Take the knight, you take here. Then I can take the pawn hitting your dark square bishop. Actually, so this is probably the best one. Yeah, on this I take here, and if you take here first, you can take, you take back. I can jump like this, hitting your bishop. If you take my bishop, I take your bishop. You take my pawn. I still end up with an isolated e-pawn. Wait, also my knight's over here, isn't it? What's my knight doing over there? Oh no, hang on, this also covers that, doesn't it? So push, take. If you take there, I take this pawn. I'm up a pawn. I'm threatening your dark square bishop. Can't come here. You put it here or here. I don't know what my knight's doing. I probably have to take that pawn. Oh, hang on, I can push. Oh, never mind. Alright, so we can take back with our knight now, or you can take with our queen. I'm not sure which one's best, to be honest. Taking with the knight allows us to trade off the dark square bishops, which could be good, I guess. So take here, you push, take, back, e5, cry. How do you protect it with your knight coming out here? Take with the queen, e5, take. Drop back, push. Yeah, I think the knight's supposed to come back to d7. I don't know where else it's going to be. So probably I should just take with the knight now. You push. I drop back. You push again, I defend it. You come in, and that's, you know, some problems for me. I think I'm supposed to play on the queen side in that case, aren't I? So I think I have to take with the knight. You push. Take, back. Here. How do I get that e5 pawn, hey? I can attack it, you're going to defend it. I'm going to put a rook over, whichever rook hits your queen. I'm going to just have to make my light square bishop work a lot and try and play around the fact that I can't get control of f6 and d6 back, really. My bishop's always just going to have to hang around here to help out. Alright, I think this is the way to go. And now I don't have a knight to take back, so I can't force a silly situation. So here, take once, you take. I probably just drop all the way back. I don't know if that really helps to be over here. I just dropped all the way back. Probably e5. If you don't play e5, I think I play e5. I think I kind of have to. Or I play bishop f6, because then I cover e5 and also attack the dark square bishop. And if you take, I take back with my queen. I'm still covering it. Rook over. Otherwise I'm supposed to do this kind of pawn structure then. I don't know, this e5 square is just giving me a bit of a headache, isn't it? Alright, well, white is also figuring it out. I did promise I'll go get a glass. Alright, let me go get a glass. Where's that be right back thing on my face? Be right back. I realized yesterday, or today, when I was watching Bartholomew's stream, real streamers don't go to the bathroom halfway through their game. Alright, there's not much to it. I think I have to take. I've tried to look at this a few times, but I don't think there's any way to avoid it. And I think the bishop will then just drop into the cubby. And yeah, white can get e5 on. And that is a potential problem for us. Maybe f6 is the move? f6. And if they take the pawn, we take back with our bishop, I guess, so we can oppose the bishop that's staring at our king. But again, we end up with a isolated e-pawn. Which, I don't know, I mean, if it's possible to push it and make something of it on e4, maybe it's great, but it's problematic. I think this is a no-brainer, to be honest. This knight can't really go anything fancy. I would snap off the bishops in a heartbeat. That would also allow me to get this in. So this is the only one, because you get a tempo on my bishop. That's the only move that actually gives you the chance to play e4, e5. Did I take the b right back off my face? I didn't. My bad. Did I make the music softer? I did. Alright. I wanted to check if the stream's on leeches. 1 second. It wasn't working recently. You can see I'm doing this right, so I'm not cheating. Yeah, we're live. Alright, good stuff. I'm glad to hear it. Again, a shout out to Buffer Underrun for helping me understand how I can try and fix that situation. Alright, anyway, so Queen's coming over to C7. B6 doesn't really offer us much. We're going to get a rook over here. I do think we're supposed to play on the queen side with at least this pawn, if nothing else. But yeah, this e5 knight was giving me heart attacks. So, oh, it's got to be pawn though. I don't. Is there some in-between move I'm not seeing? Like you want to sack something and then come over here? I don't know. It can't be knight X, can it? Honestly, I think if you take with either of the minor pieces, I'm just snapping it off with the bishop. I'd be happy to trade off light square bishops. I'm also happy to trade off the light square bishop for a knight. And try and make sure your light square bishop doesn't get any good attack going. Maybe your dark square bishop. I mean, I could trade it off. Yeah, okay, here's the pawn takes. There really is nothing to this. None of these moves make sense. G6 doesn't make sense. G6 does top this, but then like I'm always worried that like the knight jumps in and well, this is gonna happen though, isn't it? So then there's no jump there. Could be coming here. I don't know why we do that though. We also have, after you push, a chance to just give that rook a bit of a push, but I think we're just gonna cubby hole this bishop. Yeah, I guess we should have just played bishop f5 from the start. Play like Magnus, they said. Anyway, now we're expecting e5. I think this is an absolutely amazing move for white. If they play the knight out first, I mean then the pawn drops, so that's no good. Rook over also doesn't quite work. I mean, we can even put our knight there because this square is kind of tender. And if they ever play here, these guys will also be a little bit tender. We might get some checks here. Although I don't think the knight from over here does much. You need it to be closer. You need to be on these squares, these two. Knight back, bishop over here also tickles that knight. Kind of forces you to drop, although, you know, here you can hit the knight and that's not so good for me either. I mean, I don't even really want to play e5, do I? I just need to control the square somehow. But it's too late, they're gonna get control now. What do I do then? I do see I can put some pressure there, and then at the right moment I can tickle the rook. Maybe. There's also a chance I can put a rook behind this, and then if they move their knight, I can snap it because it opens up on the queen. So maybe I'm going to have to rely on a little bit of a tricky to get this pawn out of my life. Alright. Up on time, although arguable if that matters that much. Both at this point and because I think the position's kind of nicer for white, to be honest. Do I even want to trade off dark square bishops, to be honest? I guess so, for the e5 square. For the e5 square! I mean, I jumped my knight back to avoid trading Did I avoid trade queens? It was kind of more about trying to defend the e5 square. They push. And there's no like sack the knight and move the queen somewhere, so... Although, if they push here, I could do this. And then I actually do... Oh yeah, so I can do this now, and I do actually threaten to snap, because then the knight hangs after they take back. So if I go here and they jump their knight there, and then I kind of wish I put my bishop here so I can tag it against the queen. Here the rook comes over. Maybe knight goes this way now to look at these squares. Here, knight goes here. Where does the queen go? Maybe I just put pressure. I mean, this is such a natural square for their knight, right? Rook over. I keep using the king rook because I feel like I need to play a5 to get some counterplay on the queen side. Queen can't go there. Queen goes here, maybe? Oh no. Oh no, actually the queen has a little bit of a situation. The queen can only really go there or there. Or they have to block me. So here, here, here. If they put something there... Honestly, if they put anything there, I feel like I might snap the pawn. If they put in like a knight there, I can take this one because it's protected. Okay, so we're just going to keep on developing. They can trade off our light square bishop like this. I think that's actually pretty fine for us. I'm happy to do that. Also, right now I can take that, and once they take here, I can take back in the pawn. So they have to protect this pawn first. But our light square bishop needs to do something useful. Otherwise, you know, otherwise... Alright, I could also just play the other rook over like this and kind of admit I've got a silly situation. I mean, I can actually still do this, because if they push B, I can take, and if they take it, then they've got doubled pawns on an isolated, triple isolated pawn, so this kind of works on its own. And if they push ever, I don't know, I can get a knight in there, I can also just get a bishop in there again. This might end up being kind of useful, getting some control squares down here if I can get some action down the open file. Alright, so their first order of business is to protect this pawn now. Rook over I think is pretty standard. Although after rook over knight, here bishop here, the rook has to move again. Where do you put it? Oh, back somewhere. Oh, no, this is not so easy, because after this I'm also threatening to grab it because your queen's there. So maybe that's how we're going to try and make this work okay. Which rook? I'm really hoping the game happens on the queen side, so I want to use the F rook. But it might... I don't know, like where's... White's kind of pushing on our center kingside side, right, with this extended pawn. This guy's looking at these pawns, but they're not budging anytime soon, I hope. This guy's now staring at its own pawn, just protecting it to kind of keep these squares. If they jump their knight in here, yeah, I mean we can snap the pawn, and then they lose control here. We've got this bishop here anyway, so it's not like they can sink a knight in and cause massive headaches for us. Although for that exact reason, it might be worth snapping off the knight, not in that position, but in some positions, so that at least they don't have, you know, a guy that can come and make us unhappy. Here they just e5 pawn though. Yeah, that's the scary one. And this pawn is still weak in that case, so that's... Yeah, taking this way. I still have that spot, but it doesn't really help me in any specific way. Yeah, so we're doing something like this next. I'm not expecting f4. I think that's, I mean, I don't think that's losing to any degree, but I think it's a little bit overzealous. It's that dark square diagonal is looking very juicy in the longer run. I mean, for f4, do we tickle the rook first? And then the king? f4, we actually start jumping the knight in to get it there. So here, and we start moving our knight across to get it there, because then the check comes with the classic exchange we win because of the king has to be somewhere else. Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting f4 though. We shall see. Shit, my son is still not asleep. It's been an hour at least. Queen over. Oh wow. Okay, looking for a... I mean, I can just push this around with my bishop though. And I almost think I certainly will, because I think... So I can do this, you jump your knight somewhere else. I can also just tickle your queen and be like, okay, what are you doing here? You can't protect that. Oh, you know what? I think this drops the pawn. If I go here, your queen can't stick around any of these squares. Taking here obviously is just insane. And the only other place you can defend the pawn with your queen is over there. Then rook over, and you've got to be careful. My light square bishop's coming here. Also, your knight might be hanging. So here, rook over. Maybe the knight jumps to protect it. I mean, then I'm probably gonna jump my rook to open up. And then I've got a lot of interesting... Yeah, I think this is kind of a no-brainer here. Don't see any big way for the queen to stick around. This is the only way to protect the pawn, keep it from falling. And that still walks into potential problems here, although we're a bit slow. So here, probably the knight jumps across. We can pin the knight to the queen though. That's also good. Yeah, now we go here. Some discoveries. There's no discoveries here right now. Taking the pawn, just... I mean, just whichever way you want to take just sucks. Alright. I still don't think f4 is really on the cards though. So it does make me feel like I can play down the file and keep my a-rook around. Although we did see that maybe we don't have to, so maybe I should... This feels right, but this looks more like safe. I guess this also comes off the diagonal in case that matters down the line. I don't know if it does. Also, actually, I can jump out immediately because that threatens this anyway. So if I go here, you have to move your rook. Maybe you move it onto the file. My rook jump here looks fun, but it doesn't quite do anything yet. Although that pawn might be a bit weak. So here, if I do this, where's the queen going? Oh, actually, hang on. If I do this and you do this and I do this, you've got the same kind of problem. Your queen's starting to struggle to... Oh, but I'm also not attacking it anymore. If you jump back, I can attack your rook, and then I've got this. So this is looking... Maybe I should start with that, then you go over, then I go up. Then you jump your knight. Then I don't have the same tricks though. Oh no, I still kind of have it, right? Here, 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 here. Then I can tickle your queen. You're probably not going to go in front of the rook, right? You can come up here, I guess. Then I can hit your rook. Yo, yeah, it looks like we've got some counterplay stuff. I just don't know. Should I jump my knight immediately, give up the pressure, and go for this weak square now? I mean, I'm threatening this situation. You can't cover that square with any pieces, because well, if I go here and you do this, I guess we're trading off. Then I actually might snap. No, I guess yeah, wow. I guess I'm taking this way, you take with your knight. And then I come over here. Oh man, now this knight jump is kind of making me unhappy either way. Oh, knight directly is also problematic, because then I don't even have this jump. Although then maybe I just snap for the knight and then jump. Okay, so this is maybe okay. I still get the general idea, right? Ooh. In that case, actually, I can snap the knight, and then I can take the bishop as well. Take the bishop. Although, if you take back with your queen, then you can come in here, and I'm in hot water. Oh, let's look at that quickly. So here... Oh no, hang on. What? So here, 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 and if you do this... If I sack here, you come over with your queen. Oh no, hang on. Then I can take with the bishop and the knight's defending here, and if you do something like this... Then I can jump here, hitting that, blocking your queen, and if you attack this, I'll have... Oh, okay, I'm liking this a lot now. Your bishop. The bishop hitting isn't really important. Rook over, rook over. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of liking this. I'm still thinking F rook first instead of A rook. Although, maybe I should do this because at least the F rook covers me from getting checked on the back rank. If I need the tempo for something. I think I'm supposed to play on the queen side, so I don't know if the F rook is the right one to use. I mean, I don't know if the A rook is the right one to use. Here, this pawn is weak long term. But all my pieces are kind of at least where the action looks like it's happening. Alright, I'm going to go here. I am assuming the queen's not like going to do something like this, right? That seems kind of silly. Then I can hit your dark square bishop. And your queen, I don't know. Here, your queen comes there. I'm not really sure what we're doing. Alright, and I can do this. You go here. Back again. Oh no, then my flippin' knight axe. That seems kind of silly though. Still gives me this, although I don't know where the rook's going and I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe this, and I just hit the knight, right? And we just back with the try and get hold of the d3 square. Okay, maybe I'm overthinking this big time. So I do think the F rook is the guy that has to move. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do this because it comes with this kind of like threat that I'm putting on the board. So I want to give white things to react to instead of giving them a lot of free time to chill. I'm probably going to move their F rook over as well. Actually, that makes sense as well. Because their F rook comes over, my F rook coming over makes a bit more sense too. So expecting this. basically on most moves here, I think I'm just putting my rook over. Queen does something funny, rook comes over. It also protects that one then, yeah. Yeah, rook goes over. And if you then move your knight across... Oh, okay. So they are letting me trade off the knight. I also don't have to take it. I can go here, and if you jump, I get a pawn for my troubles. But I think I'm probably supposed to. Although, if I do this and you jump, I can still get this in. So if I go here and you do this, oh, then I don't have that anymore. Okay, so snap, and you take with your bishop. And we just try, actually maybe I'm going to take this way because at least there's some imbalance, but it's harder to control that square then. But that also hangs this guy. So wait, do I just take this way maybe? Oh no, hang on, flipping hell. What am I doing? Take here, whichever I take you have to take back with your bishop, right? If I jump there now and you take, then it's pinned to your king, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What if I jump backwards and you jump in and then we just trade off your pawn for my bishop? Which one do I care about more? This square seems like the thing where I can get some action, but I can still get there with... So if I take here and you take like this, and I move a rook over, you're protecting it though. I take back all the same. Shit, did I just overlook this? I also have this idea to get into that square. So I'm basically trying to get into the open file squares, right? Alright, do I give up my light square bishop for the knight? I mean, this is kind of what the general plan was long term anyway, right? Light square bishop for the knight, and I try and play a good knight game. Light square bishop for the knight, you take with your bishop. I have no like tricks, right? We're just kind of trading everything off. Although, yeah, I mean, you're probably just going to put a rook over here as well, aren't you? Maybe I have to start with my a5 plan then. So maybe this, and then a5. And I'm starting to come in on the... And if you're trying to get into this square here, I mean, you kind of can't. You have to move to get your queen down. I can block you. So that's probably not going to work out too well. I'm assuming I'll be able to keep my king safe. Alright, so maybe it's this, and then here. Here I can take, and if not I push, and if you push then I come back attacking this pawn and this pawn at the same time. I like that. They also have this, I just realized. That could be very frustrating. So take here, and they come here. I don't have any like in-between little sacks, do I? I take here, they take there. My knight's not doing anything useful. Otherwise I trade off everything and I start moving up my queen pawns. Man, I'm so unsure. Although this does hang that, right? So here, here, and I can take this. Take with the knight. Trade off everything and I just have less space. That's definitely not good. Then I kind of have to do this, but I'll be hanging the e-pawn with check, which is a disaster. Alright, this feels right. We're gonna take the knight with the bishop. You have to take with your light square bishop. And then I think rook over an a5. If you get onto the file first and I come over, you can try double up. And do I care if you double up there? I take, yeah, I think I just do this now. And I just come at the queen side. Don't think there's, I mean, if I do this now, I can take, and then your queen has to come forward, but you'll already have a rook there, so that doesn't really matter. Yeah, coming back to attack the pawn, you move your, oh, you can even like do a little sneaky situation like that, so I think this is our move. And we're going to try and make use of a slight imbalance with our knight versus bishop situation. Can't move this pawn because this hangs. If you move this pawn, I can take it. I'm threatening here, and after this I'm coming back here, which hits that pawn and this pawn, although now we still realize that there might be some sneaky sacks there. So I'll get it, and here, and then goodbye queen. That's quite emotional. So if we push and you push, but then we can hit your dark square bishop as well. And I'd be really happy with this. Even if you get the pawn back, I get this pawn. It's these two pawns versus these guys, and you'll have an immense amount of pressure on it, but we'll see. I could probably, you'll double up, it'll be uncomfortable to say the least. Although with that also this pawn goes weak, right? So, and this guy's always kind of under fire right now, so wonder if we probably shouldn't play g6. This is a little bit tricky. Are we actually threatening a4, to be honest? If they push past us... Oh, you know what? I know. If they for instance put a rook here, right, and we push and they push, then we take the bishop and they take back and then we take the pawn. And we've still got some coverage on this square and we've won the pawn. And then light square bishop is out of the game. And then we can also still push here. Although again, a little bit unsure. But it's something we can think about. But this guy is going to have to help us take care of d6 forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. I thought about that recently. I think that's a song from somewhere. And I don't remember which one it is. Oh man, I thought we had something better here. Maybe this just didn't work. Did I miss something? Maybe we were just supposed to do that first and they were just always going to play this. In which case it doesn't really matter that much. Equal on time now. I created the imbalance by giving my bishop away for a knight. Could be okay. Could be very much not okay. I'd actually... Oh, okay. So what on this? You're gonna take? I mean, I can still take. It's not defended sufficiently. So on this, you're gonna do this. Or are you just trying to get your... Oh, you know what? You're trying to get a little brute force mate going, aren't you? Alright. Well, time to bring in a rook then, I guess. What else to do? If we push here, you push, our knight has to jump away. And that would be problematic. We have to go back. You bring on a queen somewhere. We did think this was, you know, not the end of the world. We could keep ourselves safe that way. If we go back here, that doesn't really help us. Here, this might actually end up being frustrating. So here, here, here. Oh, sorry. So here, Maybe the rook comes over, we get onto the diagonal this way. We're not threatening much of anything, are we? I feel like my queen's not really playing correctly. Alright, this I think is a massive problem. There's also nothing to take now. That's kind of the... So hang on, here, what if I push? If you take, I take. You can threaten mate, but it doesn't really matter, because I can stop it at least for one move. So here, you probably save your bishop somewhere. Oh, then we jump back, hitting that pawn. Maybe your bishop's saving it though. So you've got to calculate a bit more here. Here. The bishop comes here. The pawn will be defended. So we have to double attack it, I guess. Maybe something like this. If you push again, we're starting to liquidate. Oh, but you can't take again because the bishop hangs. Although you could, I guess, if you wanted to just take out everything. Equal game, except less space for me. Yeah, these are good squares to cover, so maybe... I mean, they're going to do this, right, to try and disrupt the knight. So on this, that pawn is also protected now. On this, and then here. We can take once, they take back. Trade a rook off. Bring the knight back. Double attack this pawn. They come in with their attack. We go up to block it. Maybe they attack that pawn. Probably the king has to come up. We could f5, they take back. I mean, this is open, then that's still terrible for us. Yo, this e5 pawn is a struggle bus. Alright, I don't know, this knight's pretty good. It's kind of stopping us from getting mated right now, so that seems pretty good. Our king's looking less fantastic. We don't have a lot of pieces around it. Unless we'd like kind of just open things up right now. Oh, hang on, it's protected right now. So here. I mean, this is so airy. That's crazy. That's crazy talk, man. Okay, so it's one of these guys. I do still think the F rook is the one that's supposed to help out here. Here, they bring out a rook. Yeah, we just don't really have control of anything we want. Although we could jump the knight back and put the bishop there to control that square. Doesn't really help us in the short term. Maybe knight back and then push. I mean, trading off is just very equal, and again we have slightly less space. This doesn't help us. Oh, I just don't really have a great plan, do I? Oh, hang on. If I take here, you take back. Oh, here, you can take with your queen, can't you? Then I'm down a pawn, and I don't know why I did it. If I do this, then I allow you to bring your check in, but at least I've got pressure on this pawn again. Does that help? Alright, maybe it's rook over. There's no rook lifts either. If we double up on this file, take, double up. What if we trade off all the heavy pieces? Then our bishop can help our queen get in here, and if you play this, we can come back and we can try and get your king a little bit tickled. Alright, we're gonna move. We spent a lot of time figuring things out, and our plan is to go for a draw. Is that what we're doing? If you put a rook there, we're going to take, you're going to take back, we're going to come here. My queen doesn't actually have to be on c7. I'm happy to take back and get on the file with the queen. If you're starting to do this story, we'll go here, threatening to get our queen in there. And then you go, we take. Then our knight has to jump back, unfortunately. Your queen comes in attacking things. That's very scary. We block. F4. F4 does allow us to check your king though, which might be good. Check the king once first and then bring back. And if they're trying to, if it's like F4, F5, how do we do then? On this, maybe I can also consider moving my queen over to put pressure on the pawn. If you push then, take, my queen can take, and we're all hunky-dory. So maybe queen over here is not too bad. Also get some potential for F4 to be a problem. So trade, queen over here. Queen over here. Oh no, we wanted our queen there. Maybe we don't trade then? Do this and then, no, do this and then this. There's no discoveries that make any sense. We're just confused about life. Although we can come back and put two pieces on this file. That might be worth it. So, if we trade off, they take back, we come back, they take. And then they're going to start this plan. Our queen's going to come here. And eventually, I mean, actually our queen stops them from having that plan. But say, for instance, they move their queen over here to get into this situation, right? Oh, then we can't jump on knight back. Yeah, that is problematic, isn't it? We can hit the queen. And if they come in here, I don't know. We still have this pressure though. Alright, otherwise we just go for this immediately. Queen up and then push. If they put their bishop over there, yeah, that looks like something you can cry about. Our queen can come in further. I don't know if that matters. We can also just come back again. Be like, what? Sacking the pawn doesn't help. The bishop covers all our nice knight jumps except this one. It's kind of trash. If we lift and they take, if they take and they put a rook there, that's pointless as well. So we trade, look here, they trade, and then we're going to try and play on this side of the board, and as soon as they play here, we're back. Oh, and the knight also jumps, stops this. Okay, we're going to keep on simplifying things a bit. Maybe it was better without doing it, but I think them not having protection on the A file where we're trying to attack might be good. Actually, with this, should we try push? Again, if you take, I think I'm pretty happy with this taking. And then if you try and do anything sneaky, we still got this. Although, in that case, if you do here, you're also threatening to come down. Because if you come here, take, then our bishop takes, you take this pawn. Oh, hang on, but we've got... Yeah, so here, so if we go here, here, you can't let us take that, because then you have to defend against... No, but you can already, can't you? Alright. If we do this, this pawn's also just forever tiny weak. Tiny weak. We can push it anyway though. You push it. Jump back, double attacking. You push again. Everyone trades off a pawn. Although my queen getting open will be pretty good. My back rank's also a massive concern, isn't it? They're covering into this cubby hole. My king doesn't have any other squares to run to. Although maybe that pawn will be... In the end I will actually play g6, won't I? What if I do this? Then they do this. Here, I kind of have to do this, don't I? I've kind of invited them onto the file. Okay, bishop and knight and pawn are still doing a pretty good job of covering the entry squares here. Always got to be careful of this one though. Take, and then they're trying to come in. But again, I think I've got this covered. My bishop always able to just come and help here. Although in that case, they'll be able to check me there, which is not fun. Oh, shit. If they get this check, they'll get that check as well. And I have to stick around my f-pawn, unless my queen's here. No, but my queen wouldn't be here, otherwise why would I let them check me? Yeah, this does give them a potential chance to check here if my bishop's somewhere else. Alright, but we're taking back with the queen here, getting on the open file. If we take back and they... No, they can't put their queen, that's crazy. If they put their queen there, we'll take, and we'll come in attacking this guy. And then we'll actually also attack this guy, I think. And that'll be pinned and not able to be protected, I think. So that'll be pretty good for us, I think. Although we've got to be careful how we take it, because they could hit the backwards piece and the front one will be under attack after taking. So, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Any other moves in this case? This still takes this. This I think I take here and then I go here. Then I'm double attacking that. You can't defend it with your queen except on these. Or yeah, you can't go backwards, I guess. This is the one I don't like. You put your queen there. You're trying to come in here, but again, I've got fairly good coverage still. And then obviously if you take, I can take, so that shouldn't be a problem. I really don't know what to do with my king side. This e5 move has given us a massive concern. Something I need to study up a little bit how to deal with that. Or not to allow it, I guess that's the main point. Not to allow the e5 move. Is this maybe why you drop your bishop back beforehand? It's the same amount of tempi, but the last one isn't with an attack on a piece. That doesn't make a difference, does it? I can never understand why people drop their pieces back beforehand if they're just going to drop it back afterwards anyway, but maybe that's why I'm still at the rating I am. Yeah, if they come for this guy, it's still okay. My queen's doing duty on this diagonal for now. I do consider pushing it later on, but I think my queen needs to be here first. I could also consider pushing the b pawn a little bit. There's nothing really on the diagonal I have to be worried about. My c pawn and b pawn will be slightly weak, but I don't see any massive concerns there just yet. I'd love to be able to snap that pawn, but it just doesn't look like it's on the cards. And I hope I can prove that keeping that knight was a good idea, because it's not looking good right now. We'll have to see if we can make some plans with it. I do kind of feel like we should try to get the bishop over here. Like, if we take back, what are they going to take with the queen or the other bishop? If we trade off all the heavy pieces, I mean, then f4 is almost certainly happening. Then actually 2 knights versus bishop and knight and only one open file, like one pair of pawns off. Maybe then there's a way to kind of infiltrate a little bit. I mean, the best I can hope for though is probably just to trade off the knight for another bishop again. So maybe that's just heading towards a draw anyway. If I take with the bishop here, move my queen over, put the bishop behind the knight, like jump the knight and then put the queen here looking at like my own brute force mate, That is insane. It's probably just queen down. I think there's nothing to think about there. So I have the open file. Haha. I don't know if that really matters. Although if you do trade with me, we did see I get at least my knight kind of comes in for what that's worth. I'll putting pressure on there maybe. Well, actually, if you do this and I take and you take back. Oh, no, this is the point. This is the point. I'll hit the Darksware Bishop immediately. You can come here. And then maybe I do this, actually, just getting that guy. So if you attack my knight, I'm going to take the pawn with the knight. And I have sufficient squares to jump away. I don't think your bishop can stop me. Also, it's a discovered jump, so you kind of have to do something before you take my pawn. And I might be able to put my knight somewhere to try and hit this e5 pawn. So yeah, actually trading off queens looks pretty good for me. So this probably doesn't work. Obviously this doesn't work. At this point I am still looking at this potential idea as well. Like here, I don't actually know what this does, to be honest. We trade off, my bishop sitting over there. That's not where I want it. Alright, just getting the king in the game. I mean, kind of got nothing over here. Now the pawn's also not going to be stuck. So should I just try and trade off at this point? Take here, take there. Here, take, or take with the bishop even. And just have a, like an, oh no, I'm just giving myself more and more reasons to lose the game. Not good. If I go here, yeah, I still have all of this control, right? So if I go here and I push here, that's kind of my plan. You bring your queen back. I push, you can not take because your bishop's hanging. You can also not push. I think this is my general plan is here. I still have enough control on the back side. F4 is scary still. But I think at least Dawn, eh? You push as well. I take, you take. Do I take this? I kind of feel like I have to be honest. Take here. I don't really know. The other thing is if I take the pawn here, and if you don't take, I might be able to jump it. No, that doesn't work. I think this is the only, I mean, I have to play on the queen side. There's not really much to it. Also, this does allow me to do this. I can hit the bishop without taking anything, but the knight doesn't go anywhere. It's not like there's anything there. Alright, but I think I gotta try and make some queenside plays here. And now, unfortunately, inserting this move doesn't really help. Here, f4, I've got no checks. I just have to come back, and I just help them along. So I think I gotta go for this. Looking at a4 here, trying to, you know, this guy's not protected. Maybe I can win a pawn over here. Also, as long as my knight's here, you know, at least you don't have your brute force mate plan just yet. Well, you can drop back like this, I guess. Up, queen over, here. You're coming at my... Oh no, that's... Yeah, you have to move more pawns for that to work. Alright. Oh yeah, they are coming for my pawn now. So here and then they push. And here and then they can take. Alright, that kind of ruins my fun, doesn't it? If I push now and you push like this, there's also nothing I'm attacking. So then I come back and I'm quadruple attacking this pawn. If you do this... I guess I'm coming back. I'm dropping this pawn though. So here, this pawn's gonna hang. Yeah, that does really spoil my fun. I can do this now. That does allow them to come in. So here, this is the best one because here obviously I can try fork you and take your dark square bishop. Here. Maybe you do. No, you can't do this. Yo. Okay, my son is still not sleeping. Wow. Oh, I was also worried that they would come in here. Here, maybe I just jump my knight back now. I don't actually know where it's going though, to be brutally honest. But I'm looking at this square, maybe for the knight, hitting these guys. If you fall back even more. I mean, after this, then I can push, because then the pawn's not going to be so... Here, queen's coming in. Ah, but then I let go of the d7 square. So here, queen comes in, and you've got this and this. I stop you, you come in here. Oh, I have this, though. You can check me, I can go up. You can take there, I'm dropping a pawn. Ugh, this is terrible. Am I just looking at like trying to draw basically? I don't think I have anything. Maybe back and just here. And then eventually we just trade off and I've got less and less of anything in life. Yeah, the knight can't move. I can't move the knight and not have my queen on the open file. I mean, I'm just waiting for them here, basically. After this, I probably have to play g6 anyway, just to kind of stop the pawn from marching into my face. Oh, this is terrible. It's not even like an in here, here. Maybe I'd run it back, for instance. This pawn hangs. And do I have anything else then after that pawn hangs? Well, I guess this pawn hangs then. But here, 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 and then you're just coming in with your mating attack. Then I can come over here, I guess. It's incredibly passive though. Oh, it's disgusting. I think I'm honestly just gonna go straight back and then like push the B pawn up. Like I got nothing. I have no idea how to make progress here. At least I'm still taking care of the A pawn now. B pawn. Knight jumps here. So now I can jump my knight, right? Because you can do this and then I stop that at least. And then I actually, yeah, I mean I can bring my knight back, but it doesn't really do anything. So here, here, here. My queen's doing one job. It's not doing anything else though. I can jump a knight there, which looks at your light squares, but it's getting into the corner more and more. It's not really doing anything. Bishop takes. I can take with the knight then, if that matters. So I also can't get on the light squares. Or maybe I have to jump my... Maybe I do this and then this, and here to get on the light squares, because that's where your king is. I honestly don't know. What did I do with this opening? F6 is just so disgusting. I don't want to play it. F6 might work better if I take with my queen. Oh no. Dead. I was going to say it's protecting the E6 square, but that doesn't really help. Here, if you trade off, I take this way, I guess. I don't know. Then you can check me there, and this whole situation is still disgusting because my G file is open. So here, 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 I have to take with my queen. I have nothing to show for the situation except a broken pawn structure and a knight for a bishop. I can get this pawn onto e4, maybe. I don't know, f4 just looks so juicy for white, they're just going to crash into my position. And I just have no idea what I'm doing here. Take back. Honestly, if they start doing this, I really want to... What did my phone just do? Stop doing what you're doing. Sorry, the nanny cam closed. And the nanny cam is breaking. Alright, got a chance. Got to restart the phone. I just realized that on F4, if they do take, obviously, this is a great spot for my knight. So they have to push, basically, right? Restart. In which case, take. Oh, no. But on take, I get checked. That's no fun. Here, and this pawn's weak. I can't protect it. Here, you take again. My bishop has to go there. Then you've got a pawn over here. Oh, my goodness. What if I push against it? If you take, then I take. You take. I take. My knight's protecting this. If you take back. Hang on, if I... So, here, push, you take. I take. And then... If you take, my knight hangs. Great. Absolutely fantastic. I can't come in anywhere either. Alright, it looks like white's at least also trying to struggle to find a plan. Honestly, I'm wondering if g5 is a move, but I think it's really bad, probably. Am I supposed to, like, load up my bishop from a distance, maybe? Like this? And here? And just force you to protect it with your pawn? So you just get all my pieces attacking your e5 pawn. Maybe I should have done that ages ago. So my knight and my queen are easy. It's the bishop that's a problem. So, if... Oh, they're actually saying let's trade. Okay, take. And then I don't know. Take there. I can go here attacking this pawn. You can defend it. Then I can defend that pawn with my bishop. If you take, I take back. And I've got nothing versus nothing. Chess is a draw, agreed. If we avoid this trade, this pawn's gonna hang. I can do this, I guess. And then you take and I take with my bishop. What is the plan here, you know? What if I take, and I jump my knight? See, the thing is they're covering my knight the whole time. Very nice. They're not trading with the light square bishop. Take. Knight back. F4. Then actually it's okay. I can trade off F4. Then I have to protect this pawn first. But then I can actually trade off these pawns. Then I don't mind having these, like this pawn structure versus these guys. Except I've got to be careful that the H pawn is already hanging off to take. I mean, this guy's hanging right now, so if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something now. Take, they take. Here. If you protect the pawn, I push this guy across, then you can hit that guy again. I can't protect it anymore. Kind of have to. I think I have to trade. I also really have to go to the toilet, to be honest. Go like this. Maybe so hang on. So take, and I actually offer these two, like, I'll give you a queenside majority for a kingside majority, because just get rid of this flippin' pawn in my face. And after you do this, I can still protect it. And my bishop's also doing a job. Although actually, I wonder. Take here. And if you do protect it, I push. And if you take, you've just got kind of a broken pawn structure. Although you can push these guys down the side of the board pretty easily. But I'll have this move. You'll get both of these guys protected. Maybe I have to do that at this point. Here, take. I have to take with my bishop because my h-pawn is hanging. Either it's a take and just play g5. You know, my king's not getting in anytime soon, but then I can get my king up and help the break. And I'm gonna have a worse pawn structure, but stuff and things. Yeah, the Lyska bishop's just crashing me. Otherwise I leave these pawns and I start running my king over to the queen side. And it's difficult for them to get at these pawns in a very easy way. It's not impossible though, but I think definitely my king doesn't have to sit there. I can get my king over here. So maybe even like this, and they... hang on, that guy's hanging. So, take, I don't know. Take here, I guess. Just stopping you from doing anything, and I'm going to run my king over this side. Or am I just going to do this? Take. Okay, whatever. We're going to take the queen. That's what we're doing. I also really have to go to the bathroom. But let's first have a little bit more of this multivitamin Aquarius. Okay, so we've wasted a lot of time looking at the situation. B6 doesn't like automatically hang anything, thankfully, as well. Also, B6 can be protected by the knight over here. B6 does unprotected C pawn. They can't get to it though, so here we'll take back. Ooh, then this guy's... we have to get our king in the game. We can also do this, which seems a little bit silly, but that's possible, right? Oh, this was my other idea, right? Just jump the knight back, attack this pawn now. And if you trade off, I take this guy, which I think is not too bad. My king still has to run all the way over, but yeah. B6 is probably incorrect. It's just hard for me to figure out why. I guess here, and then my knight has to like... if I have this pawn structure here, my bishop's doing nothing, but so is your bishop situation. You take there, I have nothing, and why did I waste my... okay, so either I'm offering a trade here and moving my knight backwards, or I'm doing this, but then you can do that, shut out my dark square bishop, and nothing's going anywhere. Then I can sack my knight for 2 pawns, but then I still lose that one, so what am I doing with my life? Otherwise I play b6, and that looks interesting to say the least. Although you'll take a while to push my knight off, and with that I'll be able to get some... your bishop won't be able to get in time. So here, if you do this kind of stuff, knight jump, your bishop won't be on the c pawn already, so I think this is okay. Okay, we've got to speed up a little bit, but we also have to go to the bathroom, so... music louder. Be right back on my face. Oh, where's the game? There's the game. Oh. Alright, lucky our opponent hasn't made any big moves themselves, so we got to go to the bathroom on their time. Alright, I was just thinking when I was in the bathroom, their bishop can't be on both diagonals at the same time. So, if we do this now, yeah, our king unfortunately needs to protect that pawn. So we have to take this way, and then our bishop gets out, but like in no way is that useful. Our knight's the guy that has to do the heavy lifting for us. Which makes me think I should really just run my king over to the queen side. I'm guessing this is still equal, but you know, as the position opens up, I'm gonna have a lot of trouble with the two pawns, of the two bishops versus the knight. So I'm gonna have to find a way to... I can do this now, maybe like here, you can't move that pawn here, hitting these two. And if you move a bishop backwards, I mean I kind of gain nothing, but maybe I can... I mean I can just do this, and if you ever push, I can jump backwards and come on these squares. Your bishop will probably come in there, but, oh, then I can get myself like a... Oh, this might be an idea actually, to have them take my pawn over there with their bishop and take back with my knight with the pawn, so that I have a protected passer with like the bishop taking care of it. And then I break this situation open. Maybe there's a way to make very slow progress. I mean, probably not, right? Probably this is either worse for me or just a complete draw, but maybe you can complicate the game enough to get something. There's also knight taking here, but again, I don't really know what the value of that is. Trading off the darks for bishop means nothing, although we could maybe just get these three pawns versus these three pawns. Knight square bishop is dominating us though, so it doesn't really help us too much. I don't know if our opponent is the kind of player to offer a draw, but I can feel the draw feelings coming up. Our bishop has to just keep this knight while this guy's weak, depending on where their bishop is. Although actually on this, I mean, we can jump here, which is attacking that and defending this. Although, yeah, I actually think I'm going to run my king over to the d file. Unless I have to push. But then I still need the bishop not to be looking at this h-pawn. Yeah, I can't take back with the pawn. An isolated pawn at this point of the game is kind of death. So maybe I just do nothing on this side of the board. You guys have this e5 pawn, enjoy it, and I just run my king over here. King over here. Maybe there. Start getting the king. I don't know, like help the pieces to trade off. Try and push through something. Their bishop, their dark square bishop can't get on this guy. Their light square bishop can, in worst cases, get on our f pawn. In which case we might have to push, take, and depending where their dark square bishop is, go take here, and then the e pawn is weak, but I'd rather have an isolated e pawn than an h pawn. Because the h-pawn is very hard to get to, whereas my king can kind of sit next to an e-pawn a little bit easier. At least it's in the middle of the board, right? Alright, we're equal on time. Our opponent is also not sure what to do. That's good news. Play bishop e4. Man, I really thought we had something nice there at the middle game with the bishop and the knight and the open file, but then after they played knight e4, maybe there was something and I just didn't see it. Maybe the move order was wrong. Maybe I had to jump over, maybe I had to bring the rook first and then jump the knight. I have honestly got no idea. rook over first, then the knight jumps. If the knight jumps, the pawn hangs. Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe I had to do this first, because then you can't do this, because I get the pawn. Painful. Here, and then if I jump, nah, then it's all the same. Okay, maybe it didn't matter. Anyway, we're here now. We're actually up on the clock. Look at us. Imbalance for the win. Oh, if anyone in chat, in the watching, plays Warcraft 3 or played Warcraft 3, our opponent is Farseer Wolfies, a reference to the Orc Farseer or hero that you can play with. I actually asked them, hey, is this a Warcraft reference? Because I was kind of wondering. Oh, they do come onto the knight. Alright, so the knight doesn't have to move. Even if they go here, slowly here, we can go back here and still defend everything. Then they can come with their own light square bishop, attacking the backwards pawn. And then I don't know. Then we might have to agree to just put all our pawns on dark squares and cry about it. Oh, this also attacks this pawn here. So here, f4. And then we can try and trade off dark square bishops, which may or may not be good for us. Bishop versus knight is no good if all the pawns are on the right squares for them. We can't check the king in any way. It's not like we can sack and something happens. We don't have to do anything though. We can start running our king over here. Because if they push, we take. If they take, we take. And it's just opposite colors. And that pawn is on a dark square, so we might be able to undermine the structure. Although, I don't know. Take, f4. Probably, I guess I'm just playing king up. Take here. Push, take here. And get like two isolated pawns versus two connected pawns. My king can't even get past the light squares though. Honestly, I don't know. Should we, I mean, after this, they're playing f4 almost for sure, right? They're playing it for show. If we play here and they take and we take, doesn't really help, we just lose a pawn. F4, we go, okay, F4, if we go here, our threat is to take, and no, we can't, because, well, we can isolate the pawn. We also have an isolated light square pawn, which is just disgusting. So here, if they take, we have to take with our bishop, because our knight and the other pawn are doing stuff. It's not worth it. None of this is really worth it, is it? Otherwise we just run over. Oh man. Opposite colored pawns. Opposite colored bishops. We're trying to put... Oh, this is something to be careful of though. Yeah, okay, hang on. Because if they take, we take back, then they put their bishop on a light square and we can't protect our c-pawn. Here they take that, take, and they've got an extra pawn. Ah, so we can't trade. Because we're going to lose the c-pawn. But after this at least we can move the pawn up. Here. Oh, actually also here. No, I guess I have to do this. Then all my pieces are terrible. They will probably play f4. Draw agreed. Then we have to run our king over here to protect the knight. Here. Oh, no, then that guy's saying. So here. Oh, if you f4, then I can actually do this and take with the pawn. Because on this, you'll give me a... This break never looks like it works. Here, 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 here you take... I take back with the knight, I take back with the pawn, you push attacking this pawn and this pawn. I'm just breaking down my structure. I take and you can take back, my knight's hanging, my pawn's hanging. Yeah, disgusting. Here, here. My king's too far away, so I have to get completely passive. I have to basically just sit on my hands. Can you break through the structure in a way that matters then? I have no idea, but I know I can't let you take, so... I'm assuming that's the trick they found, which is pretty good. Yeah, and I can't... If they come here, I again can't do this because I lose this pawn. Although, hang on, if they do this and I do this, and they take here, then I can take this one. So actually, if they do this now, I can take this... Oh, but I lose both of these pawns. Shit. I lose one of these pawns, but then that guy has to get pushed anyway. So here, here... Oh, you have this though, which gives me problems. Yeah, I was wondering if I can like sack the one pawn, keep this pawn, protect the other pawn. Yeah, it's disgusting. I have to do this. I have to have like bathtub backwards safety structure. Let their bishop run all the way through my pawns. There's just no good way to... Oh, actually, they're actually going to do that. You know what? Then actually, I might do this now. If you push the pawns dead, so you take, I take. That's getting a little bit out of my reach, though. If you attack it, I have to push. You're actually hanging this pawn for this one. Not quite worth it, though. So if I push here, you take, I take. This pawn and this pawn are getting further and further away from me, which is problematic. We can trade off like this. Oh, this might actually be good, to be honest. Take, 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 take. No, it's just an equal pawn situation. It doesn't help me anything. What if I just oppose your bishop? Then it's the same problem again, right? Alright, so I'm wondering if I should liquidate that side of the board. But probably any kind of liquidation helps the opponent because they have the two bishops. Still, that seems like kind of the only move here. I don't really know what else to do. You can't bring your bishop in any way that matters just yet. Then if you attack the front pawn, I can't defend it, so I have to push it. And then you attack the back pawn. Then you come in here attacking my knight, right? I'm gonna have a move here or two, and then I can probably do this. I'm so passive, like just protecting my backwards pawns like this. So here, 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 here. I mean, if you ever push in any way like that, I think I've got a dark square bishop, so I want to keep it on the BA file, I guess, for what it's worth. Take, take. You know what, in that case I would happily trade off, because then you have to keep on being safe. Okay, so I think this is my move here. I don't really see anything else. It's not to say that they're going to play a4, obviously. They can play a3 or anything else as well. But I think if I can get these guys on light squares, I might not be able to to attack them, but I can protect dark squares with my bishop. But my king's also not active. They're already on the second rank. I need to flip and mosey over here at some point. Maybe after we trade off, they're going to play f4 to protect this pawn, and then I'm going to start shuffling. King can't actually go anywhere though, can it? And with that move also, this stops me from playing g4, g6, because this pawn hangs. King still can't gain in here. So maybe this king and these pawns are just going to chill here forever. And I have to hope these guys are able to take care of the queenside pawns. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I think the best I can hope for is a draw. Yeah. Gotta take. There's nothing to do. Also down on time. Gotta move a little bit. In this situation, if I trade off the bishops now, you can't fix me on light squares. If you do this, I take, and you can take the backwards pawn, but I can keep the front one. But the problem is always my knight can only do so much so fast, and your bishop will always have another target on this side of the board. Then I might have to do, so maybe trade off here and then break. Take, and just get these guys on dark squares as well. My king will still have to hang out here though, I guess. Yeah, it's unfortunate to have to think in such defensive terms, but what to do? This guy is hanging right now. I'm expecting f4. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I would not expect them to play anything else, which maybe means they're going to, and then I'm confused about life. If they attack the backwards pawn, would I trade off e5? Or no, I wouldn't, because again, the two bishops too fast. I'd probably do this. You come for my knight, which is covering that square. Then I kind of have to. And the knight can't cover this square, so then I have to take here. You're coming for my backwards pawn. Your bishop still dominates me from the side. It's very frustrating. Wherever the bishop goes, it's always dominating me. So here... If I give you that pawn... I mean, that does give me a little bit of something to work with, but nothing much. You can attack that pawn in the back. I can defend it, and then you can push me away, take it, and get a passer on the B file. B file passer? B file better than A file passer, I would say, because I can stop on B8. Also, it's one row closer to my king if that matters at any point. I mean, that's kind of terrible where it is right now, to be honest. Come in here, you put your bishop there, my knight just can't go any... Oh, my knight is so bad. Honestly, here I might... Maybe I have to just try and break. Take with the knight even. And try and get it onto this square here. Get it on a light square so it dominates the dark square bishop a little bit. So if, I don't know, what do? You play f4, I play here. If you take, I take back with the knight. Oh, they're actually coming for it right away. Oh, yeah. Okay, so if I push here, they come here. They're just pushing my knight away from the situation. If I run over... No, I mean, the pawn's hanging already. If I push, you take, I take. Again, you get the passer either way. I can take this pawn, you take this pawn. I mean, maybe this is the best I got. If I push here... Maybe I push. Then you're coming in to hit my knight. Oh, if I push and you do this. Oh, hang on. If I push and you do this, then I'm actually just going to put my knight over there. And you can't really make it move. And you can't get your dark square bishop in. Yeah, so if I push here and you come in, then I do this. Then you come in there. My knight can't actually do anything. What if I do this? No, but I'll need this. So having both bishops on this side of the board, I'm just crushed. You know, like, it's just so bad. But if I get that pawn, at least I can... So maybe I should just... Oh, hang on, but I thought if this, I just put the knight there, and I think I'm just doing kind of okay. So here, take... You can push my knight away again. And you're crushing it. It has to go over here, which is just so depressing. But on the plus side, I've got a pawn that's pretty good defended. Oh, maybe I should just take it first anyway. Then you take. Then I push here, and then if you push, I bring my knight back this way. Oh, this is an idea here, and if you do this, I just put my knight there anyway. Isn't that my whole deal? Like, you've got nothing as long as your dark square bishop can get in this case it can't. All the ways for it to get in are covered. If you push here, I can take the backwards pawn actually. Take there. And then if you take that, I take back, and I have the passer. Yeah, hang on, so this is actually okay. I'll just not take your e5 pawn now. Fair enough. I have no space and life sucks, but in this way I can kind of keep things here. Okay, I'm actually running out of time. I'm gonna go for it. Important, you can't do that yet. And now there's only dark square pawns and light square pawns on this side of the board. So in my dreams of draw glory, I'm trying to get my knight traded off for the dark square pawn bishop on your side, I guess. This guy is still hanging, but I think taking it is actually not the right way to go, because I need to cover the dark square bishop's entrance. So expecting this, or this, and in either case I just put my knight on c5, and your dark square bishop can't come in anywhere, at least not yet. And your light square bishop can't really do anything useful. Actually, if the light square bishop ever leaves, I can even try to like a4, you take, I take, and try and get a... Because this guy's protected, right? As long as my bishop's over here, which we're really going to try and do for a while. We'll see. Having an inactive king is obviously not the best, so when the kings start running, I might still be in trouble, but I feel like this is a short-term plan that's pretty okay. King will have to come through the dark squares as well. And honestly, I'll probably end up trying to break things up a bit. Or will I? Shit, am I just losing all the time anyway? I have to bring my knight up, because what else to do? And taking this pawn feels good, but then I drop that pawn. And my knight can't go anywhere because your light square bishop's crashing it. If I do this, this pawn's just hanging. So the best I could hope for, you know, say for instance you actually just sack the pawn to get this guy. I can't even move the f pawn at all, can I though? Because you can come back and attack. Oh, no. Okay. Oh yeah, you have to push me away first. Then I run somewhere, crying. maybe here. Then you come there, then I push. Then I've got this kind of pawn structure and this kind of pawn structure. Everything on dark squares. Isn't that what they all say in the late game? Put all your pawns on your own bishop's color. That's what they say, right? That's the advice they give. Is there like other jump that makes any sense? It's these guys. Going backwards here also makes no sense. Here, that doesn't help anything. I'm just getting to the same square I'll be stuck on anyway. So here is my plan. I don't actually know if this holds. I think that I'm covering the queenside pawns and the bishops, but I don't know what to do about the king. Oh, hang on. I got this. So here, king in, I push. And obviously if you come back, my king comes onto f7. Duh. And if you take, I have to take with my bishop or my king. Oh no, my bishop's covering my knight. I have to take with my king because over here. So take with the king. And then I've got an active king and kind of like a strange isolated pawn. But it's going to help me keep your king out, which is the important point. Yeah, so this is the move. Not going to spend too much time on it. Alright. Yeah, I blanked on the fact that after you attack the pawn, my king can walk up finally. It's very important. Very, very important. Alright, and we moved basically instantly. Hang on, did I take the B right back off my face? I did not. I've been B right backing the whole time. Apologies. I see there's some people in the chat. At least I see the number and I'm assuming you're chatting. Please chat. Anyway. Apologies for the be right back on my face. Alright, yeah, so I guess the next plan now is to finally just give up and play here. Oh, mother of, hang on, if you take, I take with the pawn, I hang this guy, I take with the bishop, I hang this guy. Do I have to do this and then take here and then move my king up this way? Oh, hang on, I can do my king here now. What if I go here? Yeah, you're covered here. So I can move my king up this way now. If I go here and you do this, I guess I'm just trying to crack open the bit in here. Here you take... I don't have like any tricks. Otherwise I have to run my king over this way, but I can't because my bishop's in the way. So here take and cry, because nothing can take back except my king. Here, and you can't... Okay, hang on. So I've basically made a way for my king to come around now. Here, and if you... Again, you can't come back. If you take, I take back like this. Or do I take back with the pawn? No, I take with the king, because I'm getting the king active. That's the whole point. I can put this guy on a light square if I need to. Oh. Here, here. Here, no. Here, you take... Do I take with the pawn this way? Maybe. And then I do this. I'm trying to walk my king in this way. Alright, anyway, we're going for it. We're going for it. If you ever push, I think we're actually looking pretty good. And the one thing that I did see now, just as I moved, was that this pawn is now weak. Shit. Oh, but hang on. So now if you attack here, I can push and I can take back with the pawn. Because my king is covering the h-pawn. So here, take. And you can attack this guy from the side. But it is protected by the knight. So then I will move my king over and poke you around. Alright. Can't come back. This is the only way you kind of stop me from coming in. Here, I still get this in at least. I'm gonna... Here, do I do this? So we're really careful my king doesn't get like crushed in the corner. Here, if I do this and you take, I guess these pawns will Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. You can't do this because this... everything's hanging. There's no way to, like... If this light square bishop runs away and dies somewhere... Yeah, okay, so here I think I've got this. And if you take... I can take with my king or the pawn. If I take with my king, it's already fitting. If I take with the pawn, this guy's also protected. But then I guess what you could do is you could try to, like, trade off there and take this. So here, take with the pawn, you come back. No, I have to take with my king. Then I've got this isolated h-pawn, unfortunately. Although if I go here and you take there, then I can... sorry. Here, and I go here. And if you take there, I can take here. And I'd be pretty happy to have these guys versus these guys. I think that looks a bit better for me. My king's also more active in that case. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking a lot, but I've already kind of decided what I'm doing, so let's just do it. My big threat here is just to take the pawn so I can run forward. If you do this, that's still kind of okay, actually. I might actually just push past, or then you can kind of try and crack me open this way. Take with your bishop. I also noticed that if this pawn moves, I might at some point be able to get like a check in, if it ever matters. Here, take, isolated pawns on the side of the board, not good for me, because this is a dark squared one, so I can protect it, but not a good situation. My bishop will be working very hard, so if you do this, I think I have to just block up this diagonal. Oh, you're coming for my pawns in the back. Okay, I thought this is okay though. If you take here, I can take with my queen or the pawn, or my king or the pawn. If I come here and you take this, you know, like, you're gonna have to give me a piece for the two pawns, so I think this is okay. Alternatively, the point is I can't, you know, you take, well, I can do, no, I have to move over, I think. I don't think there's anything more to it. You take back, then I can take, you take back. I can also still take with my king here, although then actually my pawn can't move. So here you take, I take with my king, the pawn's stuck, pinned to my king. So here you take, I have to take with my pawn, I guess. And then here, and at this point I might get a chance to get some check in that might matter at some point in life. I also see something like this eventually, where I can try and take, and get some imbalance on the pawns. At least I'm defending the backwards one. Okay, let's just move. This guy's still covered, and still covered. My king's covering everything. This guy takes, I'll take back with... Honestly, I do want to take with the king though. But then this guy's kind of hanging. So like if I do this, and you take there, and this guy's also hanging, I can't. My king can't go for... Hang on, I have to take with the pawn this way, don't I? If you then push like here, that hangs a pawn. So if I take with the king now, I've got an isolated h-pawn, which sucks. And I'm also pinning my f-pawn to my king, which sucks. So I guess it's this. But then I'm still kind of stuck. I'm never really getting out. So here, and then my king's just kind of like, I have to move down to hit you, but I can't. So I have to do this, and then this. And then you just run back. But then I can do this. And I'm covering this to be able to get here to go there. And if you do that, what do? If I take this way, if I take with my king, then what am I doing? I said I would be happy to trade these guys off. But if I take with my king and I move here and you take this guy, then I take here and then you take there. Do I just like make a break for it? I just start running. You check me on the back. I go up. You check me on the back. I go up again. And then I try and like cover my king to get in here. I don't know. I think I have to take with the pawn. Which is kind of unfortunate. I wanted to take with the king, but I just don't quite see it. Here, here. Yeah, I was just going to take with the pawn here. This guy's at least defending that though. And as soon as you if you attack that pawn, I can come over and protect it. I kind of have to now. What else am I going to do? I think I have this now though. If you take here, I take, you take. Nope, I don't. You take my piece first. Although if I take here and you take here and I take and you take back, too late, then I get out. Okay, now I'm going here and I'm going to start walking my king in hopefully. Is there any reason to do something like this first? Here, 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 then you can't do that I guess. Take, take. Yeah, and this doesn't help me anything. What are we doing? Pushing this pawn is pretty committal, you know, there's a lot of light squares and one knight covering one pawn, so I always have to have my king around this pawn now in case you trade it at some point. Here, I'm expecting this. Take with the pawn, I guess. Then I have a passer at least. I can try and push it up to here. Screw it, we're going for it. We're low on time. We don't want to run into one of those situations where the what am I saying? Where the connection's so bad that we play and the game doesn't register our move in time. That's actually happened in our training games twice. That was very frustrating. Although I think both times I was losing though, so you know. Alright, so our king's gonna have to try and help out this pawn here. Although this guy can't protect it on the e8 square, so even if you grab it, you know, as long as we get something else for it, maybe it's, oh hang on, if you grab it then you have a light square bishop. Okay, but you might not be able to walk it past our bishop at least, so we can stop it. Oopsie, we can stop it from coming in here. Take this pawn, and if you do this, king comes in further. Oh no, actually, so here, here, push, push, yeah, king comes in further. Bishop has to run somewhere. Also try and move this guy up to h4 at least. Maybe the bishop goes there. So our bishops are always staring in the opposites. And then but then I don't know. Oh no, you can't because this pawn will hang. So you'd have to go this way or this way. So we'd be able to get there at least. Your king will stop us, but then this guy, our king might be able to make a move in. Okay, here comes their king as well now. So I guess the point is that they're gonna try and trade off this way. Then we have to protect there. We also protect here. This checkmate is absolutely nothing right now. So if we go back there, if they ever protect this pawn, we have to attack this pawn. We have to protect it. And if we do this, oh no, then we can take this way. So here they, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go less thinking, more doing. They have to be on the pawn to take it, and we can protect it either way like this. And if we're at the front and they try to push us away, we can take this pawn. And if they play this now, do we just keep on moving our king in actually? I mean, they play, we take, they could take with the bishop. It's a bit strange, but it's not impossible. Well, in that case, we might be able to actually undermine the bishop's defenses a little bit. Take here, you're protecting your pawn with your bishop. That's pretty good for us, right? We also have that square then, so kind of hoping that we'll get something with this check at some point. And importantly, it's covering that square. So if you trade off right now, if you trade off right now, it comes with check as well. That's always nice. And then we can come in here, looking pretty okay. Maybe there's a way to push for a win here. I mean, dreaming a little bit here, but maybe we can, like, for instance, push this way. What is that? And then what, you attack the pawn. Otherwise I do this maybe, and I'm just trying to make a pass on the outside. If I do this, your king comes in here. I mean, take. This guy's just long-term frustrations for you, right? And you can try push through, but I can stop you. And actually then I can start running in with my king in this potential passer, although it's on the wrong color. Otherwise I run in, and what's your plan? Come in as well? Yeah, I don't really have any threats there. If I push here, you're not going to take, are you? If you do, you can just kind of protect the extra pawn. I think this is my only move, but then these guys are weak long. Okay, so I'm going to try and make a pass on this side of the board. I have no other plans that make any sense. Here we go. If you check me now, I literally just looked at it as I moved the pawn. I feel like such a dumbass. Then I have to move this way. But then I can still get this in, I think. And you're still going to have to take... But you can maybe crowd me out. Light square bishop here, pawn here. My king can't come to any of these squares. That's problematic. My king has to run backwards. You take, I take, you take there. Yeah, he's actually doing it. So I can't go anywhere here. And I have to protect the pawn, so this is forced. I don't think there's much to it. Ay. At least you can't say I used move confirmation to avoid making a move. Although, I mean, even I saw... I mean, you can do it if you want to, I guess. It doesn't really matter. But I did see, like, JB, like, hovering, not releasing the piece yet, right? But that's because in OTB you can do the same, although there's touch move, right? So you have to move the piece. When online you can, like, hold the piece and then you're like, oh, screw this, I want to move something else, I guess. There's a bit more flexibility. And it's allowed, it's not, like, against any rules. Alright. Alright, if they attack here, this might be problem times. Because we can't protect this pawn anymore. They're going to take... Oh, we're going to take with check, though. So if they come here, we come here. Then they take. Okay, so if they come here, we have to push the pawn, I guess. They take, we take. They take, we take with check. Actually, that might be good, because then we can take this pawn. And we'll... This might actually... Oh, I was going to say, this might actually save our bacon, because we can take this way. Alright, take, and I push my passer. Otherwise we do this, and if they take, we take, they take, we take, but then we have nothing, which is still massively problematic. So I kind of feel we have to take here, they take back. We also have a check now, if there's any way to make use of that. But I don't quite see it. Oh, this is also a check now, actually, here. And that doesn't really help me. Pushing past also doesn't really help me. So take here, put in a check for good measure. That just means our opponent gets to walk forward. That's not good. Maybe take, push here. Maybe the bishop comes in. If we check at that point, there's still no like real value to it. Although it might be good with this. We're gonna take. It might be good with the H pawn running. This might be useful for something. With the H pawn. There might be like a thing here where like we let them take that, and then we check, and if they've taken that, we can. Alright, my king still can't go anywhere. But as soon as I move this pawn, at least it technically can. This check is now available, but I don't know what I'm doing with it. There's nothing to hit afterwards. There's nowhere to go that looks very useful. I can't sack a piece right now. It doesn't work. You take here. Oh, hello. You take here first. I didn't see that it was checked last time. If you take there, then I take like this. Still can't get that. Then I have to go here to get that pawn. Man, is this a move? You take, I take with jack here. You take, I take. You can't get behind the pawn, and I'm actually going to come put my knight here attacking that. So you take, take. Then I've got passes on both sides of the board, but it's hard to keep all of them safe. And this pawn is a goner. So actually these guys are going to be a big problem for me. So if I push now, you take, I take with check. Your king comes in. I run backwards. I can keep this guy safe. Oh man, maybe this is the move. Here. No, here you're gonna take, right? Then I take. Trying to make passes on all sides of the boards. And you're gonna put... I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna go for it. Importantly, this is check. So if you take the knight now, I can at least take with check first. And then... what? I'm still stuck. The only way this makes progress is if you take, I guess. So here, here... that's check. You come forward. I push, I guess. You come in, I protect it again. You come in, I come in. You take my pawn, I cry about it. Because I'm slowly getting... oh shit, I'm just lost, aren't I? Unless they happen to take the pawn. Nope, okay, we have to take with check. Yeah, they come backwards. I can stop them from coming at this pawn. I have to take here first though, I guess. Here, here. Yeah, so here they're probably just coming in for the pawn, aren't they? What can I do that's useful? Not much. Come back, they take. On them taking, I have to go over here, I guess. Push. If I go up and you push past, then I have to go back here. I'm just lost. I just don't think there's much here that I can do now. That push was probably the final straw. I can push this past, it doesn't really matter which one. Oh, hang on, this. Yeah, this at least means they have to like make a move on their side. Yeah. If I do this, pretending to have a counter-attack, I just cry. If I push now, I can't. So here, they come up. Honestly, then maybe it's better to sack this pawn. Come back, they take this pawn now. And then I just try and keep my bishop over here. Because if they come in here and they take the front pawn, I'm screwed. I need this pawn to help protect things. Yeah, over here I think is the way to go. In that case, do I want to give it to the king? No, it invites the kings forward. That's dangerous. Backwards. They can attack it from the other side as well. Alright, we're gonna hang the H pawn. I think that's the... So we're down a pawn. If I just pushed it up at this point... yeah, I think maybe I ran into trouble after H4 here. I just probably actually couldn't make progress. Anyway, we'll look at this after the game. Okay. Yeah, we need these guys to help protect This queen side is just stuck. I don't know if it's possible, but we're going to try. We're going to give it a go. We're going to give it a good go. Although we've also been playing for like almost 3 hours. Were we supposed to do this? Then you go here. Then we go here. Nope, they've moved. Yeah, they took it. And we just have nothing, right? Our king can't come in. So we're just going to be moving our bishop back and forth. King comes here. We go back. King comes here. We try and stop you from coming in to hit our pawns, right? Just kind of just have nothing. If the bishop ever moves, we're going to get onto this diagonal. And until then, I mean, we can put our king there, but I don't think that matters, to be honest. We're basically just hoping there's a draw in here, which probably means there isn't, to be honest. King can't come across here, so if I can keep this, then king's kind of stuck at least a little bit, but at some point it'll get here. And then I'll have to have my bishop attacking on the back end. So we're just gonna back and forth a bit here. Here, 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 here. And when you push, which one do we take? This guy, and then you do this, and then we have to protect again. King comes over there. King comes over, we go down. You can protect it with your bishop, but then we can maybe protect against stuff with our dark square bishop as well. Alright, if we can win a pawn, it's a draw, right? Then there's just nothing happening. Yeah, we just have to keep our bishop on the back end, I think. Just staring at this pawn. If you push forward, I'm going to take it. And if you take this way, I can come in. So you need your king to come forward first. Oh, if we did this though, if your king... Nah, we can't check there. What am I talking about? And coming to the front is too slow. Although we could probably do this to hit the pawn from the front. Yeah. You're going to push, aren't you? What else are you doing? I'm going to take here. And then you're going to have to take this way. And then I can check your king. You're going to go over. I'm going to run up there. The pawn can't move forward. And I'm going to do this. What was I doing? Here, right? Yeah, okay, here. Okay, I think there may just be a way to draw this. And again, obviously, if you go there, I move my king over and protect the pawn. Come on, guys. I was so unsure what to play for the opening of this game, and it's definitely let me try the nanny cam again. It's definitely been a very, very educational game. I'm sure I'm going to be able to learn a lot from it. If I can get away with a draw, that would be amazing, because I don't think I played very well. My son is still not in his bed. I think my wife is just keeping him somewhere else. Yeah, I'm also probably going to start streaming a little bit less, unfortunately. I have to slow down a bit. There's just too much family time. Alright. Are you going to attack it from the other side? I can still go there because your king can't come in. Here, here. Take. Take. Check, your king comes over here. I've got the same kind of point here. I think I'm still good. If you move there, I move here. If you move here, I take this pawn. Move here, not taking this pawn because that just helps your king move forward. And then I'm still stuck. Yeah, so I'm just going back and forth, hitting the e5 pawn. Hoping beyond hope we can make a draw out of this. And I'm also, I feel like I shouldn't offer a draw. I feel like I shouldn't offer a draw. Kind of like bad style, right? I'm clearly the one defending. White's obviously gonna try push. So we're not gonna like offer draws from our side. We're gonna wait for them to give it a go, and we're gonna get some defensive exercise. And if we succeed, if it's clear, it's a draw, then maybe we'll offer. If they don't at that point, I don't think there's any way we can win this anymore. So we're really just gonna try and hold it. Man, I really thought we were still like pushing for something over here. When we pushed h4, maybe we were just supposed to move the king in, but then they do this anyway, and we're still stuck. And then we can like check us in. Oh no, I don't know. Okay. Okay, and here's the trick. We're gonna take this guy, and if you take back, we're gonna check your king. Get on this situation here. Although, do we have to? Take here, you take here. We could just move back. Your king comes in. Our guy moves out of the way. In either direction. Actually, in this direction is better, probably. Because you can defend the pawn, then we can defend as well. Your king's not going to be able to get us either. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's talking a little bit more, taking the pawn. And this is the right color. But we can. Do I just have to move my king my king immediately? You go here, I run back. You can't come forward. Yeah, importantly, you can't come forward, so it doesn't really matter. I can probably just run my king over there right now. So here, and I don't think you can make any progress. Let me just not throw away this half point by moving too fast. Yeah, the pawn can't move. The king can get to the pawn. I can do this though, and then you can't get forward with the pawn anymore because I'm covering these squares. So I don't know. You can't put. You can protect it, and I put here. Yeah, okay. I think this is okay. I'm just gonna put our king over there, and then I think we can offer the draw. Then I think it's okay. Also, we're hitting your bishop right now. So here, oh no, that's a disaster. Here we take, you take, and our king's over here. Then you start running, and we have to take. Then we're like in a whole different endgame again. I don't want to transition from one drawn ending to another. That sucks. Let's call it a day. Has also been almost 3 hours. Although we started a bit late. Apologies again for that. Play like Magnus, my ass. Yeah, I fucking, you know, you gotta kind of like learn about yourself. I was really unsure about how everything works in the variation I was looking at, and so I did play bishop g4, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and so I just ended up like kind of swapping back to what I know anyway. Pointless. Alright, we're gonna put the bishop there, super safe. This pawn can not be taken, but you can't take anything either, and your king can't come in, which probably doesn't matter either, but I think here we're just drawing. Probably this was a draw as well, but it's a longer one. We have to like do all kinds of stuff. Alright, as soon as we get our king here, we're offering the draw, because then it's clear no one's making any more progress. We also already checked, by the way, if they protect this pawn and then run their king over here, they can attack the bishop, it goes there, they can attack the bishop, it goes there, they can just never really get it, so there's no way for them to make progress either. Whew. Safety in the draw. I don't actually know what our team situation is, by the way. I'll look after the game. We don't have to go over to the team position just yet. That's a little bit unnecessary, right? We don't have to do anything like that just yet. I think my wife's basically just not putting him into his bed. Nope. She looks nice though. I like what she's wearing. Yeah, okay, here and draw off her. I'm pretty sure this is a draw. I mean, if wife thinks they can make progress, I would be happy for them to have a go, but I don't think you can win in this anymore. Your bishop can't attack the last pawn that remains, which stops your extra pawn on that side of the board. My king's stopping this one, and there's no zugzwang because my bishop can go backwards and forwards for days. It could even start doing this for a little bit just to be silly, but this is obviously way more safe. The bishop's just keeping the pawn inside constantly. And white is not accepting. Fair enough. You know, take your time. Make sure you don't have a win somewhere. You don't want to accept the draw and then be like, oh, I believed my opponent, but actually I was crushing if I only knew what I was doing in some other variation. But I'm pretty sure this is done. We've saved it. we were probably kind of worse mentally, if not on the board, most of the game. But we've saved it. Draw by mutual agreement. Man, I haven't offered a draw in forever. GG. I thought you had me there. So is that opening. Endgames are terrifying. So is the opening I played. Alright, hello everyone. I can see some chatsies people as well. I think we are going okay, we'll have a few minutes for a short post-mortem. Here is fine, or you can join with audio on the stream, or come into the stream chat. Many choices. All choices. Hey, I gained some rating. Oh, they're actually higher rated than me. Look at me going from 1939 to 1941 with the draw. GG. Oh, a lot of spectators. Appreciate the excitement around our game. Very nice. I hope all of those people were in the stream chat as well. And hello everyone on the stream. Super nice of you to come past. GG. Kind Elephant is very kind. Well played, GG, both of us. That's really nice of you to say that. You should have brought the king to e7 as soon as possible. Oh, did I maybe not do it fast enough? Sure, never did, so that's how it worked. Okay, so I'm quickly gonna... this is Lone Wolf stuff. Okay, one sec. Going to send you a link. Let's go. OBS Ninja. OBS Ninja. Create a room. I don't really want to show you guys all of this stuff, but I can at least make sure that only one person joins by only copying their link. So what am I doing now? What if I pull this out? What are you guys looking at? Yeah, okay, this is better. This is better. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, here we go. Invite, copy to clipboard. Oh, but you can still see me chatting to them as well, can't you? Both of them of 3. Alright, now we go back here and we say, send you a link on Slack. And then please hang in there for 2 seconds. A4 was just, I mean, I know you're saying losing. Yeah, A4 was, oh wait, A4, like pushing the pawn? Because I played H4. Oh, A4 when I tried to do something silly. That was just silly. I'm a silly Billy. Let's see if they got it. They did get it. Okay, coming. Then we just have to organize everything. Enable the triggers so only guests can see this feed. Yeah, let's do this. Allow. Microphone array. Okay, this looks okay. And then mute the speaker, but don't mute the mic. We'll see in a second. I kind of messed this up last time and I had to like... Oh, now you can see it? I don't understand how these things work. Oh no, you're looking at this. What are we looking at? Yeah, you're looking at that. Okay, here they are. Okay, and I do believe that we can see and hear them. But hang on one second. Okay, I think you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you as well, but I have to like fix a few things. So just give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna not hear you for a second now as well. So copy the solo link. Let's just try and get this onto the stream. Let's go to the full screen. Very nice full screen, and we can put the chat back on. That's fine. And guest URL and visible. Let's see if that works. It does not look like it worked. Oh, it's supposed to be a video feed though, isn't it? 1 second. That's not the right thing to do. Add video capture device. Or am I supposed to just add like, it's supposed to be a browser maybe? Damn, I can never remember how this is supposed to work. Oh, there we go. Alright, can you speak again? Okay, muted. 1 second. Alright, you're visible on the feed. We've got that much sorted out. I've got your face on there, on the stream. Let me just try and get your audio in here as well. Okay, so if I do... Because I don't want to hear you twice. That's the problem I always have with... so mute speaker here, unmute speaker. Okay, can you talk quickly?
1, 2, 1, 2.
Alright, I can hear you, but you're really soft. Let me... Okay, can you go again?
Yep. Let me try.
Okay, I can hear you just fine. People in the chat, um, is it echoing? So when Farseer speaks, do you hear him twice or not? That's the thing I want to know. I also think I can hear myself somewhere. That might be from something else. Mute mic. I'm not going to mute mic. Voice chat. Alright, I'm going to give up. Let's just do it. So, everyone had to listen to 3 hours of me talking about the game. Do you want to just run us through what you were thinking about, what was happening on your side?
I like my bishop pair.
Yeah.
And the, I was scared of going into endgame actually, to be honest, because I felt like it was gonna slip from me with that knight. So I'm not sure it was a good idea when I exchanged for the knight. I thought I would have some pawn, but opposite color bishop, which is very drawish. I thought I had something, but I mean, it was very. I think we exchanged a lot of pieces quickly, and I was trying not to, but every time there was an opportunity, like if I didn't exchange, you would get something out of it, and I wasn't comfortable with that. Is that how
Yeah.
you felt as well?
Yeah, I kind of basically like I played myself into a terrible position. When you got 70 knight e4, I realized that all of my great ideas don't work because I don't get control of the open file. Maybe I should have played a rook over, but I actually don't know if that really matters. And the fact that you got e5 in is just... I'm just worse the entire game, I think. So maybe I shouldn't have given you the bishop pair. I thought taking the... like keeping the knight might give me like some kind of, imbalance, some chance to do something.
Yeah, I thought you would take with the knight and keep the bishop there.
No, that makes sense, right?
The bishop, but I wasn't sure whether I should keep it on the fianchetto side or the other side, the queen side, as I did.
Yeah, I thought that was okay. I mean, all my effort was trying to open up the queen side in some way. If that's correct or not, I'm not sure. But with e5 pawn, I can't open up the king side ever. So yeah, I thought putting the bishop on c2 also kind of spoiled my plans of putting like a4 on the board early or something. So yeah, I think it was probably the correct choice, I guess.
I wonder if you could have played f6 or f5 at some point.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it always kind of like isolated a pawn for me or broke up the pawns. Like I have either
Yeah.
isolated e pawn or isolated h pawn almost in any variation, I think. And with the queens off, that seemed a bit better, but with them on, it sounded insane. Yeah, Akshak said she should have taken the bishop. Yeah, I probably should have taken the bishop. Giving the bishop pair away for some like imagined imbalance was probably not the best idea. Yeah, and then I exchanged the heavy pieces as well because I figured out like I can't do anything with it, and if you start doubling up on the file, I'm already worse. I can't have more pressure coming. I need to just kind of like take some of it off maybe.
Yeah, I didn't want to exchange, but if I let you get the open file, you get counterplay, I think. So we ended up in an end game. I don't know if that end game had anything, or it was just a draw from like move 30.
So, ne. I mean, I mean, I'm gonna say it's probably a draw with perfect play, but definitely you have the chances, right? If anything on the king side breaks open, the two bishops can come at me, and I'm gonna be in trouble. So yeah, maybe it is a draw, but definitely you
I
had
couldn't.
something to play for.
I feel like I couldn't open the king side without you getting knight e4 and then maybe creating some issues.
I don't know. I'm looking at it now. Like maybe I was always just kind of barely holding together. The big thing for me was realizing I have to throw the H pawn away. Like as soon as I realized I have to throw the pawn away, at least I thought I got a draw kind of plan. Whether or not can actually make it happen, at least there's some idea there, right?
Mm.
Yeah, that's basically it. Oh, what did you think about the opening? You play very kind of standard. You always do the same thing all the time, right? I thought I would try and like do something slightly different, but yeah, it was I like Bishop G4, haha, something new, and then I just gave up and played it to Bishop F5 again anyway. So it was pretty bad, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if I should just have played knight e5 right away.
Yeah, maybe I should have just taken the knight. If I'm gonna put the bishop there, I probably should just grab the knight instantly. Then that e5 problem at least doesn't get on the board. And I also have this imbalance that I apparently was trying to get the half the game through, so maybe that was better.
Yeah,
The struggles are real.
yeah. I think you were like positionally slightly. I was slightly better, but I don't think there was really a moment where I could have pushed. At least I didn't see anything.
Yeah. Oh, Aksha's got a point here. Akshak is obviously super strong. Oh, you know what? Yeah, correctly. So when I played a4, right? Your bishop is covering that square. I didn't see that. So move 42, you could have maybe taken back with your bishop from the bottom.
Oh,
Oh man. Do you see it? Move 42. Instead of bishop takes c5, bishop takes a4.
yeah. I ended up with two pawns extra and the bishop pair.
Oh man. Yeah, okay, so I clearly did throw it away. Thankfully you didn't realize. Whew.
Yeah,
Safe.
but we were both in. I was in time trouble at that point. I think.
This was semi-time trouble, but also just bad. I just had a bad position all round through. And I kept expecting you to play f4 at some point just to like shore up your e5 pawn. I was surprised you never played it, to be honest. I don't know if you had some reason that you
I
don't
was
like it.
scared 95
Oh,
would
yeah, yeah.
come through.
Yeah, I couldn't, even when I was allowed to have the check later on, I couldn't I didn't see anything with it. Like I check and then my knight probably just goes back to where it came from, like nothing. I couldn't see any value in the check, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess that move 41 a4 was the only time I really could have pushed, I think.
Yeah, A4 was clearly absolute trash. But anyway, I guess that happens. Let me quickly jump over to our team situation as well. What's happening with our team situation now?
I
Um,
think
oh, you guys are,
it's only the second game.
yeah, you guys are up 2v1 because we've had a forced draw on board 1. Terrible. And then we drew, and then Mills lost against Niraku Hakamura. So, alright, come on, teammates. You guys have to like pull this back because I didn't help much. But anyway, at least I didn't lose. At least I didn't lose. Oh man.
That's same for me. But
Yeah, that does help,
it
I
was
guess.
good, but it was that end game was really difficult.
No, it was a struggle and a half. I'm gonna go do a little analysis on this and figure out if I had any good plans anywhere in the game, if I was just kind of worse the whole time. I think I was just kind of never better, so well done on that. I haven't looked at the analysis yet. But I think I just kind of had nothing ever, so what to do.
Yeah, I'm just checking the engine analysis.
Oh no, don't tell me. I'm gonna go do that myself still later.
Okay, okay.
Okay, yeah, don't give it away. I mean, Akshak's also like giving a bunch of comments in the chat. I'm gonna read all of this stuff later after I've had a chance just to run through the game a little bit myself as well. But yeah. Okay, listen, I think I'm gonna call it. It's 12:15. I gotta go look if my son's okay. Thanks again for playing so quickly,
Thank
because
you
this
for
was,
inviting
yeah.
me and great game.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming on to the stream as well. This is good stuff. Yeah, you too, you too. And if you ever do play some Warcraft again, let me know. It'd be really fun. I still watch what's it, Back to Warcraft streams and stuff a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Sound, just like a tiny bit. It's kind of fun, nostalgic.
Yeah, me too. Same.
All right, there's your phone as well, right? Oh, cool, man. See you. Bye bye.
See you, Greek.
All right, so that was Farseer Wolfies, and that was a tough game. Um, Yeah, I mean, I probably should have just played here. And obviously this also allows queen b3. I was probably just going to trade queens because I didn't really know what else to do about it. And in this case, I probably should just take the knight. That was the whole point of it there. And after this, I don't know what I'm doing. Also, maybe bishop d6 was better in the end because I can then stop that knight from jumping there at least one more move. Or I can just take it, although I don't know if I would really do that, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, in this case already, I'm in trouble. This is coming, e5 is coming, although in that case maybe the bishop on d6 would be in trouble anyway. Taking back with a knight, did that really help me? Oh, it did kind of, because otherwise e5 and my knight has to jump somewhere silly, so I guess that helps a little bit. Yeah, here I thought queen h5 is obviously just kind of a silly move, so I was really hoping there might be something there for me, but seems not. Although maybe I could do this and sack my h-pawn for the e-pawn. That might actually be something to consider. Oh, hang on, then I'm hanging mate here if I move my knight. That's actually really dangerous. Never mind. Maybe I had some chances there to do something. Yeah, and here I thought I had some great ideas, but I needed to find a better move order, but maybe not. Maybe there was just nothing, and I should have just taken the knight. Oh, the frustrations. I have to go back to the bathroom again. I've been drinking way too much of this vitamin water stuff. For anyone who's still around, thank you so much. Akshak, I super appreciate Guitar Spider. I super appreciate the comments. I will read all of that super slowly later on. I'm actually just going to go through here. Duck from Cross was here, very nice. Jay was here. Mortamort was here. Barbele was here. Rob W was here, very nice. Thank you very much. Feet was here for a little bit. Jordan was here. Oh, that's so good. I'm happy to see so many faces. Very, very nice. Although not everyone has actually got an icon, so there isn't exactly a face there all the time. Kind Elephant, who I don't know if I've seen on the stream before, so welcome, Kind Elephant. And also, I only saw their last comment and they were really nice. And Mark, whoa! Oh man, it's nice to have a friend from Fukuoka come say hi. Mark, if you're still around, we're actually wondering if there's a way to move to Fukuoka in the future, me and my wife. Wondering if Kyushu might be the way to go, But we'll see. Anyone else? Susie Dent was here quickly. Hello, Susie, if you're still around. And Porn Fu came to say hi. Appreciate it, everyone. And I think, oh wow, there's a lot of comments from Kind Elephant. And then Akshat came past and have stuck around until the end. And Muxia came to say hi. Hello, Muxia, as well. Oh, that's so nice, man. Oh, there's so much stuff to read. Thank you so much. And Jim, hello, Jim. Just popping in right at the end just to say hello quickly. Thank you so much for saying hey, guys, and for supporting or just enjoying me suffering throughout the game. And for anyone else who's on here, GG, thanks all for watching. Although I think this chat doesn't help, I have to send it somewhere else. But it's time to go. I have to go check up on the situation downstairs. It's 12:20. It is time to get to bed. So you were analyzing a lot of things. I'm going to go read this slowly later on. I really appreciate it, by the way. There's always some good stuff to learn from my own analysis. I just want to do my own stuff first, because then I can add yours on top of it, and I'm learning and not just kind of parroting what you tell me, because I know you'll basically tell me all the answers, but I should at least pretend to try to get through them myself. Alright, so I'm going to call it. Thank you again, everyone. This was really fun. I had a good time. I hope that you had a good time too. And yeah, this week we might still do coverage once, but on Friday we go back home to Osaka, so it's a bit of a busy week in that sense. Anyway, see you around, be safe, take care, and good luck with your own games for this week. Bye bye.